Welcome to the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show. I'm your host, Thorn City Podcast Guy. This episode is sponsored by Rivermark Community Credit Union. Today, we shine a spotlight on BEC, the Black Economic Collective, an organization dedicated to fostering financial empowerment and development within Portland's Black community. Join us to explore the BEC's origins, its founders, and their impactful programs. Hear firsthand from Terry Wattley and Chris Odom about the hurdles they've overcome, the milestones they've achieved, and their ongoing efforts in financial education, mentorship, and resources. This is more than just a podcast. It's an opportunity to gain insights, be inspired, and join the conversation today. Thorn City Podcast Guy, let's go. Yes, sir. Welcome to the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show, where we network and build connections through interviews and discussions. This episode is brought to you by Rivermark Community Credit Union. I'm your host, the Thorn City Podcast Guy. Make sure you visit thorncitysyndicate.com, subscribe for updates, behind-the-scenes content, and join the conversation today. Today, I got a couple of special guests in the spotlight. I got my guy Terry Wattley and Chris Odom with BEC, the Black Economic Collective. How you doing, brothers?
Doing pretty good, brother. Doing pretty good.
Well.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, man. Yeah,
Making it happen.
Yeah, man. So yeah, like I said, we sponsored by Rivermark today. So shout out to Katie and Alyssa.
Yep.
They helped me put it all together, and I can't forget about Kari and the whole crew at the Rivermark Hollywood branch on 47th and Sandy. They took care of me over there. I had a spotlight. They did a spotlight on me in the bank for the whole month of February, and so it was cool, man. A lot of people got to see the promo videos I was posting, and when you get, I guess they're corporate, but when you get corporate people involved in stuff what you're doing, people kind of look at you different sometimes,
Yeah.
especially from our community. They consider you as actually doing something, when you get those people behind you. So yeah, shout out to them, man. So you guys worked with the Rivermark Community Credit, right?
Yeah. We've been rocking with them for, I want to say, a little over a year now.
So what do you guys do with them?
So currently what we're doing is we're putting together, this is going to be our part 2 of our financial literacy workshop series, plus financial coaching on the back end. So there's been a major support when it comes to all things pertaining to our vision, our mission, what we aim to do. We've had many of conversations with them in person, virtual, and it's been a journey working with them, but ultimately just having them as a kind of like a mentor or a guide when it comes to what we envision economic empowerment being in our community.
Nice. So tell me about the origins of the BEC and what inspired the formation.
Yeah, so the Black Economic Collective is a community-based organization with a focal point of community development through financial education, resource allocation, and a collaborative effort. The origin, I'm gonna take it back to 2015. So I'm not from Portland, Oregon. I'm from Alabama.
Okay.
Came up here, went to school with my buddy Terry, and throughout my high school here, going to school out in Gresham, not a lot of Black folks. I'm like, where are all the Black resources at? I'm not from North Portland, so not knowing you got the Urban League, you got SEI, you got REAP, got Being Village, you have all these resources, plus some of the national orgs like Urban League or what's the other one, NAACP. You got plenty of resources out here. Me not knowing that as a youngster, as I graduated, I'm like, I'm going to do my due diligence on making sure when I get old enough and I have the resources and capability that I'm going to find these resources and I'm going to put it all in the same room and make the most out of it. So graduated, got life experience.
Do it.
So being really passionate about community work, I decided to formulate I'll call it a Facebook group. I had a Facebook group called Black Community of Portland.
Okay.
I had a lot of support from Brother Adrian Wright with Black Portland. He has his own nonprofit now, I believe, but okay. Dope brother. He actually encouraged me. It's like, Black Portland is primarily focused on, this is the Facebook group, focused on spreading awareness about events and marketing major events that's going on. So it's like, all right, well, I want to do something that's more community focused. So started this Facebook group, started having community meetings first Sunday of every single month, even during the Super Bowl. And the logic behind it was we're going to grab every Black resource we could find, put them all in one room, invite community members, and provide a space for that organization to promote whatever resource or opportunity they have available. That was in 2015, utilizing different spaces like the Elks Lodge, the Rosewood Initiative, a lot of free venue space that we were able to tap into, including the public library. And then, it grew, got with some like-minded individuals, 2018, turning into a nonprofit. That nonprofit blew up, did a lot of great things, food boxes, rental assistance, etc. And I want to say in 2022, we got to a place within our organization, Black Community of Portland, where some of the team members wanted to focus more on, say, rental assistance, and some of us wanted to focus more so on home ownership and economic development. So we split, and Black Community of Portland is still in existence, doing great things. Me and Terry decided to start a new organization called Black Economic Collective with a lot of the same philosophies that I started BCP with, Black Community of Portland. So that's community development, collaborating with others, utilizing resources that are already out there, sharing the knowledge that we have with the ideology that, iron sharpens iron. Either we rise together, we fall together. So doing bit by bit, working with smaller entities, building relationships, building, a reputation, and being consistent. So 2022, me and him signed the paperwork, got it going. And since then, we've conducted financial literacy workshop series. We've done a lot of mentoring. And our three main objectives is community outreach, youth enrichment, and economic empowerment. And that's displayed through various programs and activities throughout the year.
Nice. That's tight, man. Not enough people out here teaching us, our people in general, the ins and outs of financial, on how to avoid stuff and what to do. And it helps to have brothers like you out here, man, giving back to the community. So can you share any success stories of any individuals or families that's benefited from your program?
Most definitely. So like I said, we do a variety of things, a large range of things. I want to say some of the what makes me smile, what fills my heart is the youth enrichment portion of our organization. We've helped multiple youth get their driver's permit, driver's license, help connect them to job opportunities, help them write resumes, help them get into IDA programs, which is individual development accounts, where they get a match savings so that they can purchase a vehicle.
Right.
And that's kind of what we, I would say, is the most impactful resource that we offer is our mentorship. And we're a fairly small organization, but we're making a pretty big splash, especially within our first year, connecting with nonprofits like I'm Hooked, taking kids camping, taking kids boat fishing, and taking kids rafting at the Deschutes, in the Deschutes River. That was last year. And it was a beautiful thing. We got videos of us doing backflips off the inner tube with the youngsters. And, in a few weeks, we're going to be taking them out to the mountain, in collaboration with Snow Days, a Black-led organization that's going to allow us to go out there for free. We're just going out there as chaperones, for our youngsters. So I would say for me, that was probably the most impactful testimony that really sticks with me. Terry, you want to contribute to that?
Yeah, man. The youth the youth enrichment program has been great. I've been, I think, that's really a testament of how we're really trying to see the younger generation thrive when it comes to what they're doing with financial wise, and just as an individual, seeing them grow. Yeah, man, this has been quite a journey when it comes to financial educate with our financial education series. There's been a lot of good feedback when it comes to what people want to learn from it, and what they want to when it when it comes to their aspirations or what they want to basically what they want to get out of it. You get out of it what you put into it. So
there you go.
That's where we really want a Black community that we work with, or the community that we work with in general, to really see the purpose in what we're doing, their financial, just gaining the financial knowledge behind it. So
nice. Yeah, that's like you said, you get out what you put in. So that's one of the biggest things I learned since starting this podcast myself is it's a lot of work, and a lot of people don't understand how much work goes into it and do it the right way. So when trying to teach people how to do it, and like we're a service here, so we do a lot of work for people. We do a lot of the work for people. But if they were to do it themselves first, I think they would get a more appreciation for how much work it takes and we put in, So how does one get involved with the BEC programs?
So right now we got a financial literacy workshop series starting in April, and it's actually going to be at the Wooden Fish Parent First building out there in Gresham, in collaboration with Ben Andrews, and a few other organizations. So that's going to be every Wednesday throughout the Sesame Academy that Ben Andrews hosts, and throughout.
Shout out to Ben.
Yeah, shout out to Ben. Solid dude. Yeah, he is. So a little bit more detail about the financial literacy workshop series. It was inspired by my experience with the African American Alliance for Homeownership. Okay. When I was in my early 20s, I got connected through one of my community meetings. Actually, I invited this organization to come do a presentation telling the community about what resources was available through the African American Alliance for Homeownership. They talked about their home buyers class and allowed us to purchase seats within their class for 50% off. So we sponsored some community members to take this class. And I was one of those community members. So I sat in, it's 8 hours. It was the entire day down at one of the rooms at Emmanuel Hospital, and took the class, really impressed, got connected with them personally. So I was like, I can't be preaching about homeownership if I'm not a homeowner, or if I'm not aspiring to be a homeowner. So, and that was one of my passions, is helping and supporting and encouraging community members to aspire to be homeowners, because I went through the struggles of being a renter, living with my moms. So got connected with them, got into their housing counseling program. And every month I would meet with my housing counselor. We would talk about budget. We would talk about debt. We would talk about credit. We talk about some of the pitfalls, everything pertaining to my financial well-being. And it took me years to realize how beneficial that was. And looking back, it's like, I saved up, got into the IDA program, saved up a couple thousand, had money to contribute to me purchasing a home. It took years. It was an investment for sure. But the model that they had, I was so impressed with it. After I graduated from it, I was like, what if we did this in a way where it wasn't directly tied to home ownership, but just providing that mentorship, that coaching as it pertains to the financial well-being of our community members, meaning, I'm going to sit down with you, Terry. What are your financial aspirations? What are your priorities? Are you more worried about, life insurance, investment, retirement, or you just want to know the fundamentals? Tell me what your goals are and I'll hold you to it. I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. I want you to say, hey, Chris, I want to reserve X amount of money for me to play around with. Only $300 on fast food. Yeah. That's outlandish. But, I want you to tell me what you want to do with your money. And I'll say, hey, let's look at it. Let's look at your account. And did you meet that goal? Is it realistic? You projected this, and this is the actuals. Nice. So let's do that on a monthly basis. So combining the financial literacy workshop series with financial coaching on the back end, and as a nonprofit organization, us raising funds to incentivize them for their consistency, their commitment to their goals. Because a lot of times with things that we encounter on a daily basis, we get distracted, we get taken off course because it's hard to stay focused, to stay disciplined. It takes a lot of mental fortitude, and sometimes it's a detriment, you know, you pulling your hair out, losing your hairline. I mean,
get off track pretty easy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like you said, you just gotta be consistent in everything you do. And that's a big thing for podcasting too. We're gonna take a break here. We're gonna get a sponsorship ad from Rivermark Community Credit Union. When we come back, we'll get more into some of your partnerships and your youth focus initiatives.
All right.
Introducing a brighter financial future with Rivermark. It's time for a better way of banking with extended hours and accounts that pay. Experience a new level of banking with our top-rated mobile app to manage your money effortlessly. And if you need help, our video tellers are just a call away. We're devoted to our community and have certified coaches to help you on your financial journey. Let's build financial empowerment together. Make the switch to better banking at Rivermark.
Cause this syndicate lyricist exists. Don't blink one eye, baby, you just might miss history in the making from the making of this. Third, I guess it's welcome back to these words. So I'ma come well like welcome back words for sure.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Spotlight Show. I'm your host, Thorn City Podcast Guy. Got my guys Terry and Chris in the building. Appreciate y'all coming through. So, man, yeah, you guys asked me earlier when we was just rapping in here about how long my podcast has been around and why I started. And like I said, it's all about the power of networking and forming strategic alliances. And I got to start really in management. My company's management, Thorn City Syndicate Management. And I started out by helping out my best friend, who was a hip-hop artist growing up. And he stopped doing music, got caught in the fast life. Ended up being addicted to pills and alcohol, and he was reaching out, man, through music, really. And I wanted some new music from him, so I decided to book some studio time and tell him, man, let's get back in the studio, get you doing some music. I need some Third Twin music. Go by Third Twin. So I paid for some studio time. We did some songs. We traveled. We did some shows. I needed a music video, and somebody introduced me to my guy Jeff Stone in the back there pushing the buttons, making all the magic happen. And we did a video called Honesty, and we entered that video into some film festivals. We got accepted to won a few awards, and traveled to some film festivals. Got my first trip to New York to the Hip Hop Film Festival out there. And shortly after the music video, my buddy one got clean, man. So he's about 7 years clean now. Engaged to be married. Director of the Healing Hurt People over at POIC. And then COVID hit, and the music stuff stopped. We couldn't do no shows. All the venues closed, and actually my guy got pretty busy with work, so it kind of worked out. Got a documentary in production that's coming of the whole process. I was recording everything. But then my guy hit me up about getting into podcasting. I said, yeah, man, let's do it. He had a roommate, the Health Hero guy. He sells health supplements and health coach. And his business wasn't doing good, man. And the podcast they started, his business has been booming ever since.
Beautiful.
And so we got into the podcast, found this space. After 3 years of helping people start podcasts, I'm sitting around, how can I help our business, my business, our business? Like, well, probably should start a podcast. No, they want to. Like I said, I'm behind the scenes. Not a big talker. Everybody's surprised to see me on here talking, especially my family. They're like, man, I've never seen that side of you. So yeah, I'm trying to come out, man. So it's really been good for me. I got the sponsorship from Rivermark. That was a big deal. That was something I haven't been able to do, is show people how to get sponsorships, because it's really about you going out and making connections and establishing relationships, and that's what it comes from. And so it's good, man, to get that. So shout out to Rivermark Community Credit Union. I appreciate you guys. They made the connection here with us brothers.
Yeah.
So, man, I appreciate it. So, yeah, tell me a little bit about the BEC's Youth Enrichment Program.
So within BEC's youth enrichment program, we're like mentors. You know, we do daily things with the youth. We either, like Chris was saying previously, we would help them get driver's license, driver's permit, or, you know, we sit down with them, play games, or have conversations, serious conversations about, you know, life, what's going on with their life, what's happening, any major changes that, you know, we could help you out with, because, you know, as a mentor, you know, we're here for you. So, I mean, that's a big thing of what we're about when we do youth engagement. But, you know, we have a youth engagement program that we do partnerships with different organizations just to get the youth involved in the community and really give them an understanding of what it means to give back to the community and, you know, do things within the, you know, where they live. Yeah. So, one partnership that we had previously, which was Morris Roots. We would go to a farm. So first of all, let me give you a little bit of background. So Kwame Bay, is founder of Morris Roots, and what he did is he bought some farmland over there in Corbett, down there in Corbett, and he wanted to just give back to the community when it comes to fresh produce and just give back, right? So where we came in was we would do a lot of the transport of the food, and we would go up there and either do the planting, have some of the youth come up there as well, do some of the planting, and just tending to the land, and also just they also get paid for their volunteer time there.
Nice.
Which is great. So that's it's a job opportunity.
Yeah.
So, and then they're also getting taught how to grow certain vegetables throughout different seasons, which was great. It's a learning experience, and it's something that they can take with them for a long time. It's the same concept. Teach a man how to fish. He can live for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
But in that case, we would really focus on reaching out to our community members through BEC, and delivering it to their front door, because we know the hardships of what it means, when it comes to transportation and trying to get places, and that was a big thing. Going straight to they get fresh farm fresh vegetables, produce straight to the door, and then just seeing the expressions on their face. Oh, I didn't even know you was coming this week. This is great.
Blessed them.
It's like, yeah, this is, thank you for getting on our program.
Yeah,
I really, really like it. But it was a great experience in itself. That with Morris Roots.
Nice.
But I know with some of our other partnerships was with East County Libraries, right? So the East County Libraries, with the youth, so first of all, like East County Libraries, Host and East County Libraries,
Architecture firm.
Yeah, architecture firm.
Okay.
They're building the new Gresham Library. So, doing construction over there, and they wanted to get the youth involved in the process, and whether it be their opinion on how the library should look, and feel, and what all, basically what all should we put in there. And it also involves like the team room, and because they're gonna have a team room in there, they're gonna have a lot of other features as well, and on top of having so many resources in there. So I think that was we got them together with the students, had a little focus group at their architecture firm, close to like right next to the Burnside Bridge on the east side. But yeah, it was really good. The students responded well to what they wanted, and you could see that they really got into, because I mean, when you think of library, it traditionally, libraries haven't been a very comfortable place for Black folks, or I'll put it in a different context. It is, you don't. And it's just my opinion. I don't really see this.
Yeah.
It's not one of those places to go.
Yeah, I didn't go to the library.
So,
I did go. I had a library card.
Yeah,
I had a library. Yeah. Your mom made you get a library card, but did you go to the library? So I mean, that's
not frequently.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, same with my mom, but and since we want library to be a space to go, and for students to find the resources, for people to be able to find jobs, learn a new, anything like a trade, figure out what their careers are, or just be a spot to hang out, because when you're in a space where you have a lot of resources, those resources are eventually going to come to you.
Yeah.
So I mean, and it's the same with it's the same working, working and doing the things that we do with BEC. We're around so many resources. All we're gonna do is give back to our brothers and sisters, and the youth and everybody that's around us, and make sure that they see these things, because again, go back to my buddy here, you don't know what you don't know. So I mean, we trying to get them in the know.
Yeah, there you go. So I'll teach them.
Yep.
So and then that's also when it comes to financial education, and yeah. So hey,
so yeah, we
is there any more?
Yeah, if I could just chime in.
Partnerships.
Yeah, well, if I could chime in a little bit about that. So, in a little bit more context as far as our youth engagement last year, like I said, fishing, camping, hiking, connecting them to different opportunities in the outdoors, mentorship, helping them with their license, giving them rides to school, sponsoring them with clothes or shoes. Yeah, and connecting them to internships. This year, we collaborated with the National Society of Black Engineers, NSB, and we conducted a STEM workshop series over the span of 10 weeks, and then which led into an infrastructure fair that was held at East Portland Community Center, and then exposing them to a Afrofuturism event that was held by the Deltas at the June Key Delta Center. So our whole gym is networking, sharing resources that are already in existence, and filling the void. We want to share what's already out there. We want to be in the know so that we could get them in the know. We took a group of youth to Third Eye Bookstore, Black-owned bookstore. Dope as all get out, had a great experience, gave them about $50 to spend there each, and talked a little bit about economics with Charles Hanna, the owner, and his wife, Michelle. Talked a bit about economics as a Black business owner and what it takes for the community to ensure that Black business thrives. Not only is sustainable, but it thrives in a way that they could create another shop, on the other side of town, and it'd be just as successful off a reputation.
Yeah.
So developing that system, and that's what's most crucial to our organization, is the system and the blueprint. We want to develop a blueprint for community development that could be used in multiple Black cities for Black communities, where you are supporting one another, the way that we engage with one another as far as resolving our conflicts, being honest, transparent, truthful, being open-minded, and being willing to go the extra mile to see to it that our collaboration is successful. We are as cohesive, as in sync as can be. We know how to agree to disagree and still build with one another.
That's it, because it seems to be hard for our community to work with each other.
Smallest thing.
And uplift each other.
Yeah.
You want to do less of competition.
Yeah,
Based
not a
on
competition. Yeah, it's enough room for everybody.
Exactly.
The key is finding your niche,
That's right.
sticking with it. We're going to take one more break and get a message from our sponsor, GMP Podcast Group. Come back, we'll wrap it up, and we'll talk about the future of BEC.
Yep.
Discover GMP Podcast Group Studios, located at 2406 East Burnside Street in Portland, Oregon, offering a range of podcasting packages to suit your needs, starting at just $49 per hour for your basic setup, featuring a Rodecaster Pro audio console and SM7B microphones, as well as options complete with camera operator and audio engineer expertise. Elevate your podcasting with multi-camera recording, plus we capture behind-the-scenes shots within the studio. Visit us at www.gmpodcastgroup.com and let GMP Podcast Studios be where your podcasting journey begins.
Cause this syndicate lyricist exists. Don't blink one eye, baby, you just might miss. History in the making from the making of this. Third, I guess it's welcome back to these words. So I'ma come well like welcome backwards for sure.
Yes, sir. Back in the spotlight. BEC in the building. We're going to wrap it up here. But yeah, let's talk about a little bit about the future of BEC. You said you got a project you're working on?
Yes. So we, like I said earlier, we got our financial literacy workshop series going on, followed up by financial coaching. But in the midst of that, we're in collaboration with organization, upcoming nonprofit, the BIPOC Rossmore Healing Center, and another one called Growing Seeds, working on this Black Healing Center planning phase. In addition to that, also with Unite Oregon, another nonprofit. In addition to that, currently we're supporting the Black Student Success Summit by just sharing resources and sharing the event that's held by Being Village. The executive director is Ms. Noni Kazi.
Shout out to Noni. We do some work with Noni.
Yes.
A couple of our kids, we've done a couple youth workshops with them.
Yeah, she's an inspiration. So a major project, this is in addition to supporting the Black Student Success Summit, because again, our thing is sharing the information, the resources that are already in existence. That's part of our community outreach. That's the main focus of our community outreach initiative, sharing what's already out there. Me and Ms. Noni spoke many years ago about the Black student unions, and we, over a cup of coffee, talked about the potential of a Black Student Alliance. And I'm always give her praise and props for throwing this idea out there. And I just, hope to continue getting her mentorship and guidance when it comes to this idea that's formulating. So 2024 just started. We've been reaching out to various Black student unions. And what we're going to do is sponsor one of the Black student unions to facilitate a project where they're going to create a presentation, slideshow presentation, their BSU, the contact, their mission, vision, values, what they stand for at their school, when they have programming, what are some of their highlights, whether there's shortcomings, what supports they needed. Treat them as if they're an up-and-coming nonprofit organization. We're going to bestow a small, contribution for their work, creating a slideshow presentation, and also connecting with other Black student unions to do the same thing, to consolidate one presentation to where they talk about everything that they are doing, what they aspire to do, and what supports they need from us. Though we are a small nonprofit still, we're in our infancy, we are reserving within our budget to contribute to this nonprofit or this Black Student Union in the hopes of it growing into a Black Student Alliance. So let me give you a visual. Say we sponsor this Black Student Union, David Douglas High School. That's just hypothetical. $1,000, conduct this project, tell us what you need, and also work with other BSUs to identify their needs, their growth areas. Because either all of y'all win or none of y'all win. Have that mentality. So we're going to hook you up with this small contribution. We're going to advocate for you to receive funding to get the things that you need done throughout the year. We want to empower the youth to make their own decisions while putting up the parameters, helping them identify the structures, the options that they have. So if I say, yo, you got 10 Black student unions in your alliance, y'all all agree to conduct business in this manner, meaning, you're not calling each other N-words, B-words, you respect one another, you go out of your way to resolve conflicts, and you're going to get sponsorships from these major nonprofits or businesses. But it's one pot of money. So if I donate $5,000 to David Douglas BSU, yeah, they receive the funds, but that goes to the pot. Meaning if your BSU ain't got nothing, U.S. Centennial High School and y'all ain't got nothing, we gonna hook y'all up. Either we all win or none of us win. And we want to help build this model to where, all right, you got the SEIs, you got REAP, you got BEAM, you have plenty of successful Black organizations, including POYC and a whole list of other ones. I guarantee that if they knew what BSUs needed, they would go out of their way to raise money for them. So we want to help them advocate for themselves, put systems and structures in place so that people will know that they're serious, they will take them serious, and they have a business mind to where, we are a group, we are an organization, we have the power to control our destiny. That self-determination is what we want to empower them with, that ideology. So throughout this year, we're going to be developing the framework in collaboration with some of the adults that supporting BSU at the local high schools. And we're going to be, early next year hoping to sponsor them with another, lump sum, maybe $5,000 to continue the work. But we, again, want them to have somewhat of a, dare I say, socialist mentality where it's not David Douglas has $5,000. No, the Black Student Alliance has $5,000. And either we all win or none of us win. So we're going to split the pie. If we're able to raise this money by reaching out to XYZ, we're going to share the recipe with you. Hey, have y'all tried reaching out to Key Bank, Rivermark, Clackamas County Bank? This is what we said in our letter of our proposal for sponsorship. This is what y'all should do. It's not gatekeeping. We're not having secrets. This is how we're winning, and we want y'all to win as well because we're all gonna win in the long game. So it's a long-term vision, and if any nonprofits or businesses want to support this initiative, holla at BEC, Black Economic Collective. Again, we just, though we are carrying out a vision that was discussed with Ms. Noni Kazi, this isn't our vision. We want the youth to take control over it after we, put the structures in place, and we got to all share this vision. Ultimately, we want to empower these schools to create BSUs if they don't already have them, and we want the BSUs to be something that all Black students want to be a part of. We plug the high school with some funds. They have the ability, they have the capacity to go to the middle schools in their district to create a BSU and serve as kind of like a big brother, big sister, and frequent that middle school to empower them to think about how can we work together as Black people.
That's what it's about. Yeah, when you look at the system and how you would envision it set up, it seems similar to college fraternities and sororities, right? So, and they do just that thing. They go out in high schools and preach about what's going on. How do they empower their their brothers and sisters within, those fraternities and sororities and things like that.
Yeah.
So, I really, just like Chris, I really see this, as an empowerment to Black students in, the schools that, we're going to reach out to.
Nice. Well, man, we definitely need brothers like y'all out here, man.
Shout out to Divine Nine, too.
y'all putting in the work out here, man. That's really needed. And so I'm glad to have y'all on, man. Any final words of encouragement for listeners as they embark on their own journey? And how can individuals or organizations contribute or collaborate with the BEC?
You want to start? So yes, as far as final words, it's like, again, thank you for your support. Thank you, Rivermark, Clackamas County Bank. Shout out to all the dope nonprofit organizations and businesses out here that's contributing to the community. Shout out to Go Hard Fitness for the boxing workouts that y'all helped us with in the past. There's a lot of great work being done. I would say if you're not able to support our organization based on your region where you live at, support one of the dope Black organizations or businesses, promote them online, frequent their business, volunteer if you can. As far as the Black Economic Collective, again, though we are in our infancy, we are more than willing to take on volunteers of, all backgrounds, all expertise, all wisdom. We can learn from everyone and anyone, including the youth, especially the youth. And if you're interested in learning more about how you could contribute or how you could be a part and receive some of the resources and opportunities, check us out, hit us up. My email, chriso@blackec.us.
Same with me, Terry W. blackec.us.
And also we're on Facebook and Instagram. And
BEC, Instagram, BEC_PDX.
Oh.
And with Facebook, we got the Black Economic Collective Facebook group.
Nice.
Just add us on there, and let's get some conversations going.
Yeah, and that's what it's about, man. So, like I said, thanks again for coming in on encouraging listeners to explore their passions, embrace innovation, and pursue entrepreneurship in your own unique ways. Shout out to Rivermark Community Credit Union again for the sponsorship. I really appreciate it. Look forward to more ventures with you guys. Thanks for joining us. Explore the power of networking and find inspiration by following me at Thorn City Podcast Guy. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button to be the first to know about new releases, bonus episodes, and exciting updates. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes of the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show as we continue to highlight individuals, businesses, brands, and podcasters. And don't forget to subscribe to the Thorn City Podcast Guy YouTube channel. Follow at Thorn City Syndicate, the management team, and at GMP Podcast Group, the production company as well. And while you're there, drop by www.thorncitysyndicate.com. Schedule your free strategy session. Come on down to 2406 East Burnside Street. If you want to learn anything about podcasts and holla at us. Thorn City Podcast Guy. Holla at your boy.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, shit.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Right on. That was fun.
Man with the plan over here.
What man? What power? Hoodoo.
I appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show, where we network and build connections, interviews, and discussions. Till next time, holla at your boy, Thorn City Podcast Guy. I'm out.
You remind me of a man.